Hey guys, I wanted to make a little video about, in my opinion, a little bit of an underrated game, or maybe misunderstood. I guess depending on how you look at it. Now, uh, if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I made a video about BioShock Infinite and how good it was and all that stuff. Looking back at it now, it wasn't as as thought-provoking as it should have been. It was just a kind of a video I made, but I wanted to talk about BioShock 2 today, and the reason why I'm talking about BioShock 2 is I recently just played the first two, which shockingly, I've never played. The only game I played before these two was BioShock Infinite, of course, and I really liked that game, but I had never owned the full copies of either BioShock or BioShock 2, and I wanted to play them because I thought they were good games. I didn't play them, of course, but I wanted to know what they were all about, and I heard they were great, and it just sounded like a game I wanted to play. BioShock is my favorite out of all of them, of course. I think it's most people's favorite, but a lot of people think that BioShock 2 is, for lack of a better term, it's basically a carbon copy. Now, this is really understandable because when you hop into BioShock 2, it's basically the same game, just with a little bit different paint job. And this is a fair assessment, honestly, because the first game came out in 2007. This came out in 2010, and it's basically the same game, just you play as a Big Daddy, and there are a few different weapons, and there's different things here and there, and I get that. But I think it is a good game, though. I think they tried to mix it up a little bit. I think they tried to put different enemies in, like brute splicers and little sisters, and big sisters. My bad. And all that stuff. But I mean, really, I think it's a decent game. Honestly, I think that they really had. Sure, it might have not been executed as well as it could have been, and the DLC is definitely great too. I can't even say it. I'm sorry, guys. Minerva's Den. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. Real professional, I know. But anyway, I thought that was a good game. Or I think BioShock 2, the DLC, is good. And even the main game, I played the remastered. I beat both of them. And I can tell you, of course, it's not going to live up to the first one. And I think that they probably thought that they didn't know what they were going to do, different. And I kind of understand that because, the first one was such a critically acclaimed hit and everybody loved it. And BioShock 2, not a lot of people talk about nowadays because, it's just, it did actually have a multiplayer mode, though, and they took that off of the remastered version, unfortunately. But a lot of people thought that was interesting because that's something that even, that's the only time in the BioShock series where you ever had a multiplayer mode on it. So I know this probably just sounds like a bunch of jumbled thoughts, but basically what I'm trying to say is that BioShock 2 is a good game, and I think it's pretty underrated, and I can get that. It's, coming off the first game, one of the best games of all time. It's not easy, but I think that I think there's a good story element to it. I like St. Clair. I like the characters in it. I think that there's really good writing in this, and, of course, it's not like the first one, but in my opinion, I think BioShock 2 is a very good game. DLC is great. I think the story's great. I think that they tried to do something a little bit different. It just kind of came off as doing the same thing, just in a different way, I guess you could say. But, I mean, really, I think BioShock 2 is a good game. All around, it might be a paint job to some other people, which I get that. A lot of it's the same layout, gameplay-wise, but I think it's a great game, and, guys, let me know what you think of BioShock 2 and any of the other BioShock games, and I hope, I can't wait to see the next BioShock game. I think it's going to be really interesting. So, anyway, that was just a video I wanted to make today about BioShock 2. I just recently played it, both of them actually, surprisingly. I only played Infinite, but anyway. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you later.